In a small, dusty neighborhood of Villa Fiorito, Argentina, a young boy chased an old, worn-out soccer ball. His name was Diego Maradona. He came from nothing. No fancy clothes, no big dreams spoken out loud. Just hunger, dirt, and a burning passion to play. Every day, he played barefoot on rough streets. His eyes always locked on the ball like it was made of gold. His talent was different. Even as a child, the way he moved with the ball made people stop and stare. Diego didn't play soccer. He danced with it. At just 8 years old, a coach saw him and invited him to play for a youth team. From there, everything changed. By the time he was 15, he was playing professional football. People said he was too short, too weak. But when Diego had the ball, none of that mattered. He controlled the game with magic in his feet and fire in his soul. Argentina had found a rising star, but nobody knew yet. They had also found a legend. In 1986, Diego walked onto the world's biggest stage, the FIFA World Cup. He wasn't just a player, he was Argentina's hope. The country was still recovering from a dark time, and people needed something to believe in. Diego was ready to give them that. He led his team with passion, skill, and a fearless heart. Every time he touched the ball, fans held their breath. He wasn't just good, he was unstoppable. Then came the match against England. The air was tense. This was more than football. It was history, pride, and revenge. And in that match, Diego gave the world two of the most unforgettable moments ever seen. First, he jumped and punched the ball into the net with his hand. The referee missed it. Goal. He called it the hand of God. The world was shocked, but it was only the beginning. Just minutes later, Diego picked up the ball in his own half, danced past 5 defenders like they were ghosts, and scored the goal of the century. People screamed. Some cried. Everyone knew they had just witnessed something eternal. Diego had become a god in Argentina. Argentina went on to win the 1986 World Cup. And it wasn't just a victory. It was a story written in the stars. Maradona lifted the trophy, eyes shining with tears, hands shaking, and the whole world watching. For the people back home, it was more than football. It was a miracle. He didn't just win the cup, he gave them joy, pride, and a reason to believe again. After the World Cup, Maradona's fame exploded. He became a global icon, a superstar bigger than the game. When he joined Napoli in Italy, the club was struggling. But with Diego, everything changed. He took them from the bottom to the top, winning titles and hearts. Naples adored him. Murals, songs, and chants filled the city. To them, he wasn't a player. He was a king. But fame came with a price. Diego's life off the field began to crumble. Pressure, attention, and bad habits started to catch up with him. He made mistakes. He fell. Yet, even in his darkest moments, people forgave him because they didn't see just a man. They saw a soul who gave them magic when they needed it most. The lights got brighter, but Diego's world grew darker. Drugs, scandals, and fights with the media became part of his story. He was banned from football. He disappeared, came back, and fell again. The boy who once lit up the field was now being chased by his demons. It was painful to watch. The world still loved him, but it was clear Diego was fighting a battle that no one could see. Even when he wasn't on the field, fans hoped he would rise again, and sometimes he did. But the magic wasn't the same. His body was tired, his spirit bruised. He played for a few more years, coached here and there, but the fire that once burned so bright had dimmed. Still, when Maradona walked into a stadium, people stood. They clapped. They cheered. They remembered. Because legends don't disappear. They live in moments. And Diego had given the world too many to forget. Diego Maradona wasn't just famous for goals. He was loved because he was real. He didn't pretend to be perfect. He showed his flaws, made mistakes, and owned them. He loved his country deeply. He spoke up for the poor, stood against injustice, and never forgot where he came from. Kids in Argentina still play barefoot, pretending to be Maradona. His name lives in the songs of fans. His story is told from father to son, mother to daughter. He wasn't just a footballer. He was the voice of the streets, the pride of the people. Even when the world judged him, the people of Argentina never turned their backs because they knew Diego didn't play for money or fame. He played for them. He reminded the world that greatness doesn't have to be perfect. Sometimes greatness is messy, raw, and full of heart. That's what made Diego unforgettable. He lived with passion, played with soul, and loved with everything he had. On November 25, 2020, the world stopped. Diego Maradona was gone. The streets of Buenos Aires filled with tears. Fans from every corner of the world mourned. He had left the field forever, but his spirit remained. People remembered the boy from Villa Fiorito who dribbled through life like he dribbled past defenders. They remembered the hand of God, the goal of the century, the man who carried a nation on his back. Time may pass, but legends like Diego don't fade. His story isn't just about football. It's about hope, pain, joy, and love. It's about a boy who rose from nothing and gave the world everything. And though he is gone, the ball still rolls. The chants still echo. And somewhere, in every child who dreams big with a ball at their feet, Diego lives on because the heart of Argentina still beats with his name, Maradona,